I have a dream. The civil rights movement challenged segregation through direct action. Confrontations occurred in Greensboro, North Carolina, when black students sat at a drugstore lunch counter that had a whites only policy. Under the leadership of a group called the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, or SNCC or SNCC, similar sit ins took place in dozens of cities and towns. These actions did not just end segregation at lunch counters, they brought an enormous growth in pride and self respect among the young people who participated. I myself desegregated a lunch counter, not somebody else, not some big man, some powerful man, but me, little me, said one black student. I walked the picket line and I sat in and the walls of segregation crumbled. Now all people can eat there. Freedom rides soon followed, organized by the Congress of Racial Equity, or CORE. In these acts of civil disobedience, black and white civil rights supporters defiantly rode together in buses into southern bus terminals. There, they were sometimes yanked from the buses and brutally beaten by racist white mobs in front of television cameras. Medgar Evers, the leading black civil rights activist in Mississippi, was murdered in 1963. The summer of that year brought the famous March on Washington. 200,000 people gathered in the nation's capital to demand equality for all. The crowd massed near the Lincoln Memorial, which honored the president who had delivered the Gettysburg Address a century earlier and who had freed the slaves with his Emancipation Proclamation. There, Martin Luther King Jr. spoke to the marchers, the nation, and the world, sharing his vision of freedom in America. 50 years ago, a great American in whose symbolic shadow we stand signed the Emancipation Proclamation. I say to you today, my friends, that in spite of the difficulties and frustrations of the moment, I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self evident that all men, people, are created equal.